Good morning, SoFlo. Welcome to the show. Thank you for watching. Up first today, food. Cracked, Forte, Redfish. Those restaurants all have one name in common, Chef Adrienne Calvo. Our Inside South Florida correspondent, Miriam Tapia, is at Chef Adrienne's Vineyard and Bar in Kendall, where she is sitting down with the culinary powerhouse and finding out how the chef continues to elevate cuisine right here in South Florida.
Good morning, Jason, and good morning, SoFlo. I'm coming to you from Chef Adrienne's Vineyard Restaurant and Bar here in Kendall. It's an exciting day because they're celebrating their 15th year anniversary. Also an exciting day for me since I am going to chat with Chef Adrienne herself. We're going to get behind the kitchen and make one of the best dishes here in the restaurant. Plus, we talk about her concepts and so much more. Let's talk about Chef Adrienne's Vineyard Restaurant. You're celebrating your 15 years.
15 years, it's like a pinch me moment right now. I can't believe we got here. I mean, you know what they say, time flies when
you're having fun.
Yeah.
And tell me the concept behind the restaurant, right? Because 15 years is a lot in the restaurant game, which means, you know, you're innovating all the time. So tell me more about the concept.
So Chef Adrienne's was inspired by a trip I took when I was 20 years old to Napa Valley. I wasn't even of legal age to drink, but I went there because I had won a culinary competition in college, and the award was to go anywhere in the world. I chose Napa, and I fell in love with what was going on there. It was something surreal, the connection of food and wine and the ambiance. It was apart from whatever was going on in the food world in the rest of the country and really in the rest of the world. And even at that young age, I knew that I wanted my career to kind of embody that. I wanted to be part of that, and I wanted to bring it back to Miami. Miami was missing that. It's less hard to cook the steaks that you get elsewhere, which are about 1 inch thick. That's the normal filet mignon you get everywhere. To do it like this is a testament to the craft. You have to sear all the sides properly to make it juicy, to make it tender, and to cook it to temperature. You have to be thoughtful and mindful of, you know, if you want a medium rare and if it's going to go to 135 or is it medium 145 or whatnot. These are skilled chefs that work here. So being like cooking that is a challenge, I guess. That's why I like it. I'm challenging myself every day.
Tell me, we talked behind in the kitchen, we did the filet mignon, and you say something about you just stopped working the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because now when you're like level of, you know, doing all these restaurants, a lot of chefs just go behind the kitchen and say goodbye to it and only focus on that. You said you train upcoming chefs that work in your restaurant.
So I like to call, like, if you come work for us, it's like you go to school of maximum flavor. So it's funny, your first week of coming into any of the restaurants, it's like breaking all the industry bad habits. And they get shocked. They're like, oh wait, but I've been doing this and you did this here and you did this there. I'm like, I don't care. But this is how we do things here.
Yeah.
Then second week they acclimate and then they see the response and they're like, oh. And so this is what I mean, like my position now is more of training anybody that comes through that door to work for us. I'm like, you're not just a chef here, or you're not just a server, whatever position, you are an integral team member delivering an unforgettable dining experience. So, you know, and it's important because if they don't buy into what you do, I'm only one person. Right. I cannot be spread across. Right. But, you know, that's, you know, I'm holding the torch, and hopefully people really love the food. Most of my staff has actually grown up eating at the restaurant.
Yeah, like it's so funny because someone's like, "Did you try the brown sugar salmon yet? It's delish." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I never heard somebody from like staff to tell me that." Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. You're now going to wine,
yes,
which is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Tell me more about the wine.
So I always thought, I mean, I've always been since in my 20s and going to Napa. I've always wanted to create the perfect wine for food, and people love it. I haven't even received one person to say, or, you know, so it's the same as creating a dish. You create a wine and you're looking for that melodic balance of flavor and body and all of that.
Obviously, this has been your first restaurant. Now we have 3 other concepts open, right?
Yes.
Redfish, Cracked, and Forte.
Yes.
Tell me, they're all different.
And a bakery to open soon.
Oh yeah, and a bakery, look at that, plus. What goes behind making all those concepts?
Behind, I don't know, and I wish I had a method to the madness. When an opportunity comes my way, I will say no. This is a fun fact. I say no more times than I say yes. If a space speaks to me, usually the space has to tell me this is going to be an Italian restaurant. Like when I walked the space of Forte, I was like, okay, this is going to be Forte. The menu kind of came to me. I could visualize it. When I walk down that road and spaces don't really do that, I don't feel the vibe, you know, I say no, I pass.
Yeah.
I applaud you because, you know, you're a woman in the game changing the game, and you're constantly changing the game. You've given a lot to Miami, right, with your foundations, and you've called Miami home. What makes Miami so special, and why here and not branch out anywhere else?
Miami has watched me grow and supported me from nothing. When I opened Chef Adrienne's, I was 22 years old with no experience and nothing. Like, I just was at the helm of my stove and hoping people would come in and try the food. I've grown up with a lot of the people side by side with me, you know, whether they were my age, younger, you know, or whatnot. I've been part of so many of people's special moments, and it's just home. And at the end of the day, I think that we cook because we like to nurture people. So I love seeing people that come back to me and it's like, hey, we celebrated this, or you cooked for this, and that just makes it all matter.